Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Level Up with Lori. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I have a really juicy topic that I want to chat with you about today, and something that I'm doing a real deep dive inside of my coaching business, inside of the way that I work with my clients, inside of the content that I'm creating, inside of really the way that I'm teaching women to build network marketing businesses. So, honestly, I want to talk a little bit about the burnout culture that network marketing kind of promotes. And I don't really truly believe that it is intentional, but there's a lot of kind of things inside of the network marketing business model. Like, and first off, I need you to know and hear me when I say that I truly and deeply believe in the network marketing industry. I think it is one of the very best platforms for building a business for women and one of the most incredible opportunities out there. I just think there's some kind of fatal flaws on the inside that lead to burnout, that promote hustle, and that really are not conducive to kind of certain personalities. They don't play off like this is kind of really challenging to explain, but I think that for those of you that kind of have struggled through this, you're going to really get where I'm coming from. But this is a little piece of my own story, and that I am a carrot chaser. I'm a type A personality. I am a go, go, go. I'm a do, do, do. I am part of my internal belief, and I'm working through this and really recoding this for myself, is that hard work equals success, right? And the only way to get success is by working hard. But what I've really started to realize is that hard work is not the same thing as hustle, and that hard work looks different for a lot of different people, and that really building consistency into your business actually pays off far, and like, because it builds on top of each other, right? Like, it's the thing that almost unlocks the business growth that is possible for you over the hustle. And it's interesting because I've watched this so many times over the years, is that I always say, like, that, like, being a slow start out of the gates in the business and actually building a business that is sustainable for you in the long run, those people stick around rather than those people that shoot out of the gates like a rocket, experience all the success, run, but hit a brick wall when the burnout hits them, right? And for me, the burnout, like, it was happening on the inside, but on the outside, it looked a lot like success, right? I was pulling in six figures. I was hitting all of the incentives. I was going on the trips. I was building the big business. And on the outside, that really does look like success. But on the inside, it looked like sleepless nights, because, like, there was just so many thoughts running through my head. It wasn't necessarily that I was working through the night or working all these hours, but I didn't have the ability to shut my brain off. My brain was always on go mode. It looked a lot like, my nervous system always being up and down, it's like fight or flight at all times. That adrenaline was constantly coursing through me, and that's not healthy to live inside. It looked a lot like exhaustion or detachment from my own personal life, or, just not really living inside of my life in the way that, like, truly is what success should look like when I ask myself what I want from my life and from my business. So, um, one of my goals is to help women kind of break free from this burnout, break free from this hustle culture. And I've literally, like, been spinning on this for the last couple of years, because is there a way? The structure of network marketing is set up in such a way that every single month you need to do things on repeat, right? Every single month, in order to hit these certain parameters, hit certain pay ranks, promotion ranks, all the, like, certain incentives, flash promotions, all the things, it's all in a monthly container, which is really, really masculine, right? And really challenging to allow ourselves to flow throughout that. But there's this part of me that also believes that if we release that and we simply build in a sustainable and a consistent way, that we can achieve all of those things as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will achieve them all in the beginning. And don't get me wrong, like, I think there's going to be certain times where you're like, you pull up your socks and, like, you run for that promotion. You have really a lot of fun with it, but it's not the place that we thrive in when we live in all the time. It isn't sustainable. It isn't good for our bodies. It it isn't good for our lives. And it is really what, like, a lot of people will start to hate the business because that's what the business stands for them, right? So I'm what I would rather see us get to is this place where we build consistent building blocks. I love the saying, and I say this to my clients all the time, brick by brick, it will stick. But I think sometimes when we get into like that like comparison mode and we're watching all everybody else hit all these things and we're asking ourselves, like, what is it that I don't have? What if it was all going to come to you eventually? What if it was inevitable? If you could build something that would actually be sustainable inside your life? What if success, six figures, being able to work this business part-time or full-time, being able to have the team that you desire, the income you desire, the activity you desire, what if every single one of those things was headed your way, as long as you built something in a way that allowed it to actually be cohesive inside your life, right? Brick by brick, and it will stick. When we do when we just continue to run and we never slow down and we never smell those roses, or we never like really take a breath, we don't even see what's happening to us, right? All we see is the carrot that's being dangled in front of us. That isn't sustainable. And what happens for a lot of the women, and I've seen this time and time again, and I've even experienced this inside of my own journey, is that burnout will hit you like a brick wall. That burnout will take you right out of the game, whether it's like with sickness inside of your body, whether it's migraines, whether it's like all of a sudden it's no longer feasible to do these things because something happens in your life and the way that you were running inside of your business, like it just doesn't have room for that anymore. I would much rather see you build a business that actually allows for life to happen and your business to still be doable inside of that. This is why one of the biggest things that I teach inside of the academy is systems, is having a power hour where you can truly be like, okay, these are the things that need to happen inside of my business in a month, in a week, in a day, and actually building like a schedule and a system and a checklist that works for you, not something cookie cutter that worked for 6 other people, but something that actually takes your life into consideration and works around that, builds around that, and allows everything else to just be like, there's going to be times in your life where all you can do is work on those core activities, the things that you know are the income drivers inside of your business. And so you let go of everything else. And then there's going to be times in your life where you're like, okay, I've got a little bit of extra energy. I've got a little bit of extra time. Like I'm going to experiment with some other fun strategies inside of my business. And it allows you to kind of take that one step up from your business. But the key factor in here is that you've got that solid foundation, that foundation that allows you to build this business regardless of what is going inside of your life, regardless of what like life throws at you. You can still build because you've built it in a way, you've structured it in a way, you've created the systems that actually make it pretty easy. When I was working full-time, commuting an hour to and from work, when my boys were 1, 2, and 3, I was really forced into these systems, right? I had to figure out a way how to build my business inside of 1 hour a day. And after my car accident, when it was many, many, many days, even less than 1 hour a day, like I had to even tighten up those systems even more because I knew that otherwise the only other option was quitting. And I never wanted to quit, right? Even when I was burnt out from the hustle, even when I was exhausted from chasing all those carrots, like quitting wasn't an option. Figuring out another way was the only other option. And so this is why I preach systems. This is why I tell you to listen to your energy and to only do the strategies that light you up, that energize you, that feel exciting to you. And I tell my clients all the time, every single strategy out there will work, right? But not every single strategy will work for you because it doesn't feel exciting for you, right? It doesn't open up time. And like when you're doing things that are like inside of your zone of genius, or you're doing things that feel really fun and exciting to you, time almost stands still. Time almost like it's because you do them faster, they're easier, you're lit up. So like all the ideas are coming to you. When you're trying to do things to fit into a mold, to do all those shoulds, or just to check off a box, that's when we hit that resistance, and where it actually takes far longer than it ever should. And that's where the burnout comes in, right? That's where the exhaustion comes into play. So All this to say is if you are feeling that exhaustion, my friend, I get it. Take a real hard look at the way that you're building your business and ask yourself, like, am I building a business that feels sustainable inside of every life that I live? You should be able to basically take your business with you on a family vacation, and it doesn't take a lot of extra effort. If, like, yes, of course, you've got to like carve out a little intentional time to work it, but because you've built it in such a way, because you've created these systems, and consistency is the driving force inside this business growth, because you've done that, all of the rest is gravy, right? Create these systems, create content creation systems, create event format, like growing your team systems, leading your team systems. I sometimes I think that we are resistant to systems because it actually does take time to set them up. I get that. It totally takes time to set them up. But once you have them set up, they allow you to thrive inside of your business and inside of your life. And more important than the business that you're building right now is the life that you're living while you're building that business. It's so important to actually be present inside your life, to actually be living your life, to not be telling yourself the stories that I once told myself, right? I used to say, well, when I get to this certain point, then it will become easier. Well, then, but you know what? It doesn't. Not when you were working like the way that I was working. I was working in a way that, like, where I was people pleasing everybody else. I was putting everything that, like, I needed as a human to thrive on the back burner for what felt like a small, achievable, and close to me goal. But the thing is you hit that goal and you just raise the bar and you go to the next one. And if you are a type A overachiever, like I am at my core, that's probably what your reality looks like as well. So really take a look at, like, what are those core activities that drive my business growth, and how can I shave off some of the things that are really only draining me of my energy, that are really only like a to-do list on my list that I think that I should, because I believe that a leader does this, or I believe that a business builder does this. You get to build this business however you want. And at the end of the day, if this business is killing you, how good is this business? Like, how good is this business, and how long can you actually live at that level? How long can you actually, like, keep going? And it's no good if you have to quit or your body quits on you because of the pressure that you're putting on it. So it comes down to systems, and it comes down to consistency. It comes down into knowing what those core activities are on a daily basis and on a weekly basis that move your business forward. All right, you guys. I would love to hear what you took from this episode. I would love to hear who this resonates with. Please tag me on social media at Lori Irvin Coaching, or send me a personal message. Like, let's open up this dialogue. Let's kind of crack open this hustle culture and ask ourselves, like, how can we make consistency the business strategy that we put at the forefront, rather than the chasing of carrots, rather than the incentives, rather than the starting from scratch every single month at zero. Even though your report drops down to zero, if you can figure out a way to build daily consistency inside your business, it just gets to flow. It doesn't matter what the numbers are saying on the screen. You know that they will be back up where they deserve to be, because you've built that, like, solid foundation into your business. So let's open up this conversation. Send me a message on social media, or tag me when you're listening to this, and tell me what your biggest aha moments are, and let me know, like, are you a person that has this consistency, or are you a carrot chaser that is looking for reform? All right, you guys. So at Lori Coaching, or if you're on Facebook, definitely send me a friend request, Lori Eldridge Irvin. A lot of my great business content goes on my personal profile. And definitely you can find us inside the Level Up community for free business advice, free tips, and a kick-ass community of women that are all doing the same thing. So love you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you inside the next episode.